MMA Boxing Talk here, coming at you with another video. I just wanted to put out a little video previewing the Jones versus Cormier fight, which is taking place April 23rd, UFC 197. That's a huge card. I mean, there's another title fight in the co-main event. Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson defending his title, and we also have a potential, explosive fight with Anthony Pettis taking on Edson Barboza, two of the better strikers in the UFC, elite kickers especially, great head kicks and just a lot of options when it comes to their kicking arsenal. But anyway, Jon Jones, Daniel Cormier, this is fucking a huge fight. I mean, Jon Jones, #1 pound for pound in the UFC today, arguably the greatest of all time. In my opinion, he is the greatest of all time. And Daniel Cormier, I mean, he is no joke. As much as I don't like his personality, not too many people do. I respect Daniel Cormier, the fighter, tremendously. This guy, he gave Jon Jones, I would say, his, when DC fought Jon Jones, besides the Gustafsson fight, that was Jones, I would say, toughest fight. The first 3 rounds were relatively close. I mean, DC was doing well, landing some big shots, but the thing is DC, since then, he's won the vacant title. When Jon Jones got stripped, he beat Rumble Johnson. That was a great fight, a good win. Rumble's a very dangerous fighter. And then, he defends his title. Daniel Cormier defends his title against Alexander Gustafsson, which was, Jon Jones' toughest test to date. And Cormier beat him. It was a close enough fight, but Cormier, he did do enough to win that fight against Gustafsson. So, since Jon Jones' absent, Daniel Cormier has beat the 2 best contenders in that division by far. You know what I mean? After those 4 guys is a big drop off in the light heavyweight division. But no, this fight is going to be huge. I got Jon Jones winning this for sure. We're dealing with a totally different animal with Jon Jones. I mean, that was the past, right? I mean, he's an animal all in itself, but now that he's on the straight and narrow path, he's sober for 5 months supposedly, taking it seriously. I mean, we could see a whole different Jon Jones in this fight, and it's kind of hard to believe because he's arguably the greatest of all time. Like I said, in my opinion, he is. So, this fight is going to be huge. Daniel Cormier, as much as, he has the belt now, he's got 2 big wins under his belt since the loss to Jon Jones. I just don't see, Cormier, he's getting older, for one. He hasn't changed his style. He's still going to bring the same thing. So, I just can't see DC winning this, obviously. And then factor in Jon Jones taking it serious and all that shit, not partying, not smoking pot all the time. I think we're going to see a stoppage. I really think Jon Jones is going to stop DC. TKO is my prediction. I'm not sure what round, but I think he'll get it done. The difference is Jon Jones, I think, before he would, usually fight to win on the scorecards. He'd get submissions, of course, but for the most part, he'd fight for the decision, right? And but I can't see him doing that against DC. He's a totally different animal. I think he's going to get the stoppage. And DC has never been stopped. He's only lost once, and that was to Jon Jones. And for those of you who don't really, follow the sport extremely well or closely, I mean, any other era, Daniel Cormier, in my opinion, would be champ. I mean, he would be, without Jon Jones in the sport right now, Cormier would be the guy at 205. So, another huge win on Jon Jones' resume, if he beats Daniel Cormier. But I really do think he's going to stop him this time. We're going to see a more focused Jon Jones, which is just a scary, scary thing. But just wanted to put out a little preview video. I cannot wait for this. Tell me what you guys think. And if anyone thinks Cormier is going to win, I mean, it's hard to, I can understand why people were arguing that the first time around. DC, this great wrestler, Olympic wrestler, Jon Jones has never faced that and this and that. But I mean, after you watch that fight, Jon Jones beat him handily, and now he's on the straight and narrow path. Like, come on. I don't even think it's going to be close. But tell me what you guys think. If you like the video, subscribe. MMA Boxing Talk. Peace.